Welcome back, guys. This video is gonna be a little bit different. Interruption in our normally scheduled program, if you will. This video is gonna be talking about specifically about the challenges that I've been facing, particularly this month and maybe last month. So I'm about 6 months into my journey now as a, beginner trader, as, per se. And I've been able to get some pretty good results. We're going to go through them. This session, I kind of started today, actually. I made $6,000. Between January and February, I made 5% in January, 7% in February. This is what the stats are looking like. I had a lot of losers, but I was able to get some 1 to 3s, which paid for the losers, and I ended up still ending up in the green, even though my losers were bigger than my winners overall. In terms of trades taken, right? In terms of trades taken, my winners were less than my losers. So if you look at this, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 losers. And, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. And then how many winners? 1, 2, 3. Don't look at this. This is one trade. I think the first trade was a break even, so it's technically one trade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? So 10 losers to 6 winners. And the reason why I was still able to end up in the green despite that is, one, because of, R&R, that helps, but particularly going for those 1 to 3s, and I was able to get 1 to 3s 3 separate times. So one 1 to 3 trade covers 3 consecutive losers. So these 2 trades covered these 6 trades here, these losses, and this one covered these losses here. So between this, and this, I was still able to, and then also the excess, I was able to still come out with 5% on January. And then February, not yet done with this, but right now, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 winners, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losers. So it's about 50-50 right now. 7R, so that's good. No 1 to 3s here. This has been rough. Actually, I think this is 1 to 3. This is 1 to 3, yeah. And then mostly 1 to 2s. So as you can see, 11 winners, 16 losers. 40% win rate right now. 32 trades taken. Now, if we look at the other sessions, let's see, truth session. I have 6%. I was able to get 6%. I don't think I finished this session here, but this is what the stats are looking like here. 5 winners, 4 losers. And let's just keep going through them just so you can see like everything that I've been doing in terms of back testing. 14 trades, 19 losers, 14 winners, 19 losers, 42% win rate. Got my ass got beat in February, but I made 11% in January, so hey. Yeah. And let's just keep going on and on. There's a reason I'm showing you all this, but I'll get to the main topic of this video. Then again, it'll probably be in the title anyways. Oh, this is the same one. So this is truth session. So let's go to 2018 to 2019 session. Let's see, 10 trades to 11 losers. So this one actually ended up with a 55% win rate over multiple months, funnily enough, which is actually really funny considering only 10 winners and 8 losers. Pretty low frequency. So I was able to make, this is pretty low frequency for trades taken in separate months. January did really well. February, not too bad, pretty even, but the issue with this session is just the trade frequency. Trade frequency is exceptionally low, but we're just going to keep going. 2%, 2%. You saw it there. 7 trades, 8 losers. And the win rate is what exactly? 46%. But the trade frequency for this is honest. It's okay, I guess. Watcher. Let's do practice. Ass got kicked in this one, I guess. Yeah, suffered a lot of losers. Low win rate, but not a lot of data, so can't accurately say. And learning focus. Let's look at this one. 6% in April. Did pretty good here, actually. 83% win rate, but that's because of low frequency. And let's look at YouTube. Now, I think this was my longest session. Yeah, this is like lots of stats. yeah, so then January ass getting kicked really bad. But that's what this looks like here, as you can see. Now, what is the main topic of this video, right? The main topic of this video is the fact that I pretty much have a strategy. I pretty much know what I'm doing at this point. I know the issue that I'm running into really is just making that 6% more consistently, which has been what I've been struggling with for the last maybe 1 to 2 months now. I pretty much know what I'm doing now in terms of strategy. I think the biggest issue is just making that 6% more consistently. So I've been thinking about ways I can do this and how I can get over this hurdle, if you will. And I think a couple ways that I can do this really is just increasing my accuracy, so increasing my win rate essentially. So my overall win rate, if I can get this up to 50%, it would definitely allow me to make that 6% more consistently. That's one way. Another way is to get 1 to 3s more consistently. I just don't know if that's a 100% viable option because the market doesn't always offer that amount. And this is me trading on like the 3-minute and 1-minute chart, right? The market just doesn't offer 1 to 3s every single day. It typically more so offers 1 to 2. Sometimes you can get 1 to 3 if the market offers it. But it's just really tricky, and holding for 1 to 3 sometimes makes me a little bit nervous. But one thing that I do, and I do think it helps, I have seen that it really does help, because 1 to 3 trade can pay for 3 separate losers. So you can be in you could have a really low win rate as long as your R&R for those winners is exceptionally great, that it kind of, negates some of those losers, then it can be really good. You can still be highly, highly profitable. And I'm not saying you can't be profitable with a 41% win rate. The issue that I have with a 41% win rate is just that I can go into like 4 to 5 losing trades. Like I can have a series of losing trades, and I just don't know if I can handle that mentally, because even in backtesting, like 5 to 7 losers in a row seriously messes with me mentally, especially from just a backtesting standpoint. So I don't know if I can't even handle it in backtesting, I don't know if I can necessarily handle it in forward testing. And so that's why I kind of want to get up my win rate. And not only that, I do personally think, because my accuracy is so low, especially capitalizing on those times when the market will offer you 1 to 3 is exceptionally difficult for me. Because as I said, it doesn't happen all the time, and sometimes I'm not that comfortable holding for that 1 to 3, because you can see strong pullbacks after it hits that 1 to 2 mark. But I guess one way to look at this could be to use standard deviation, which I have used in the past. Maybe I'll start using it again, because it can give me a pretty good idea of where price wants to go from a standard deviation standpoint. But I don't know, like, if anyone has any ideas of how to accurately go about this, which honestly is probably going to be the same advice I'm telling you here in this video, either increase my R&R or improve my accuracy. Because, my goal is to trade prop firms ideally and scale with prop firms. Because if I wasn't going to do that, I would say my results are already pretty good enough to have like a personal account and grow a personal account and all that stuff. But I just want to be able to grow fast and more efficiently, and in a way not necessarily put my own money on the line, because I do not have a job right now. So being able to use prop firms is just really highly, highly beneficial for the circumstances that I'm in right now. And it's really frustrating, because at the same time, anyone that's watching is probably like, well, you've only been doing it for 6 months, you can afford to spend a couple months more to get your accuracy up and fine tune a lot of things. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't know, I'm just like a very smart and efficient person. I like things to move fast, and I'm always like pinpointing what the issue is. I do think my accuracy is a knowledge problem, and possibly also an experience problem as well. I don't necessarily know if it's experience, it's probably knowledge, and then putting the knowledge to practice to gain said experience, to be able to rewire your approach to the market from a knowledge standpoint, right? But knowledge does take some time to really wrap your head around. I've watched so many videos. I do think my issue may align more from a daily bias standpoint, and I do have ways of determining daily bias. I just don't think it's as efficient and as accurate as it could possibly be, which is what I'm struggling with a little bit here. But yeah, I honestly, that's really it right now in my journey, just trying to be able to comfortably make that 6%. I don't want to be in a position where I'm scared of losing. I want to be able to comfortably risk and accept the outcome. Like, I don't mind having losing trades. It's a part of the process. It's a part of being a trader. But what I don't think I can handle, especially risking real money, I can't even handle it in actual backtesting, is just lots of losing streaks and lots of losers. Because as you can see, if you guys have been watching my backtesting, is that I will have, really low R&R months, which is 1%, 2%, which is good, right? You're still green, you're still getting a return on your investment or whatever. But I will have those months where I could experience a string of losses, and one thing I'll realize is that my losses rack up extremely quickly. I could end up like 6% down in 1 month, which is really, really bad. And I've seen it happen a couple of times in backtesting. And the reason you guys are probably like, how the hell did you get 6% down? Because I try to trade exactly how I would normally trade. I don't try and, change the way I trade just because I have a loser. That's not really how you should look at it, right? But in that case, those things can happen where you can see a string of losers, especially in a really bad month or a daily consolidation or a broadening formation or things like that. And it's just a matter of trying to figure out how to handle that. I'm not 100% confident in getting like big runners every single day. I've been backtesting a lot. And you will have those big runner days, but I will say they're not exactly common. They're not going to happen all the time. You're going to have low move days. Look at this here. We had a lot of little lethargic moving days here. We have some big move days if you can even get on side to begin with, right? A lot of lethargic small moving days here. We had like a string of consolidations. Like, like these big moving days do not happen all the time. If you can get on side with that, that's great, but sometimes it's exceptionally difficult. I had basically up days after up days, and I was still, I think it was here, I was really struggling to get on side. Like, I just couldn't get on side really and capitalize off of this continuous upward movement, because price can do some crazy things sometimes. It can pull back, then go up, or go up, and then pull back, and then in the afternoon come back up. It's crazy. But what, I don't want to necessarily rant. It's just, my current struggle right now as, a 6-month trader, primarily focusing on backtesting to, prove their edge and, gain the experience to operate in the real market. And while I do think I'm extremely, extremely close, probably just need that 1 extra percent, it's still frustrating because I feel like the first 4 months, were pretty relatively fast. I wouldn't say it was fast. It was definitely a struggle. I spent 12 hours a day, literally every single day. I kid you not, every single day thinking about trading. Sleeping, I was thinking about trading. On the toilet, I was thinking about trading. In the shower, I was thinking about trading. Freaking 12 hours a day dedicated to trading for 4 months, going on 6 months now. And these last 2 months have been a little bit slower because I do understand my strategy. I do know how to approach the market. I have so much experience trading now, but it's really just getting that last push to really get to be comfortable operating in the market. And for me, that is really just my win rate and my accuracy. If I lowered my frequency, my win rate could go up higher. If I took partials, my win rate would also go up exceptionally, but I don't like taking partials because they cut significantly into the profit. That's one. And two, what was I talking about? I totally blanked. I said I don't like taking partials because they cut into profits. And I don't actually know what the other thing I was talking about is, but yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to get my accuracy up. I've been trying a lot of different things. I haven't really seen a big improvement in my win rates, really. I think I need more data. So I'm going to continue with this session and maybe do another month and see what that ends up looking like. And yeah, I'm just gonna, I don't know, I definitely want to get my win rate up at least to 50 or 55%. That would be ideal. But I think that comes from, especially with my strategy, it really just comes from a better understanding of the market in general and how to adapt from day to day, which I think I'm still struggling with a little bit. But with that being said, yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. If you guys have any advice, I'd love to hear it. If you're on the same journey as me, don't give up. Just keep going. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.